forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high and nearly reach the sky. Then like my dreams they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding, I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
Hello, welcome to the number 12 West Ham Metalheads newsletter. After the first one we did on YouTube went really well last month. This one's for November for the dates, etc. But I know it's only October still, but I'm just trying to work out how to do it with a lot going on. Those who are on the West Ham Metalheads Facebook page, you'll see there's a lot more activity at the minute. There's a lot more happening. I've got so much planned. It's so hard. I'm trying to persuade a couple of people to join in and do some stuff, and I'm hoping to make it bigger because it's like I've said before, I just love it. You know what I mean? Love doing it. But yeah, what's to tell on the West Ham front? Well, I'll have to speak about football at some point, but I know we'd probably rather not. But it's not been good. Little question though: anyone who's at the home games, if you can see our big flag at the stadium, can you take a photo? Let me know because I've not seen it yet all season. I know Big Kev, he tends to take a photo if he's near it and shows me it's there because if you those who don't know, it's situated on the away wall, so you can't see it if you're I'm in the Billy Bonds, so when I look across I can see a load of flags and you can't really make them out really, and our flag is actually on the dividing wall, which is controversially divided wall. First it annoyed me. I think, like I said before, it really annoyed me because you couldn't see it. Well, I couldn't see it. However, as someone pointed out to me, you see it on Match of the Day quite a lot because they tend to focus on the away fans when they score a goal, which happens quite a lot. And then you can see it as a rule. So I'd just like to know it's still there, if I'm honest. What else has been happening? Well, the football. Let's not talk too much about the football. We've got the new manager. We've given him a good go. We're going to see how he's going to get on. Those who went up to Leeds the other night won't have been happy. Very strange selections. However, I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt, and that's all I think we should do. But it's all your personal opinion. Coming forward for November, on the 8th we've got Burnley at home. That's actually one of the marches. Some of you might be aware, but I'm quite heavily involved in some of the protest groups. We crossed Hammers and Hammers United, and there's a march. So I won't be at the kart before the game, but I'll definitely be there afterwards. They're meeting at Stratford Station 12:30 and making their way to the gates, pretty much like we did. Well, I organised we crossed Hammers a few games back with Palace game where we got about 2,000, but this is a big one. But it's up to them. It's up to you. It's some people, are quite happy with how the situation is with our owners. Some people aren't. I'm not, and I like to I pay my money. I'm going to voice my concerns. So that's on the 8th. We've got Burnley. I'll be in the car afterwards. 20, and then there's a big gap. It must be international break or cup games. You've got Bournemouth away. I know where my ticket's going for that. We have a West Ham Metalhead down in Bournemouth, which I'm going to talk about him and his group is in December's newsletter. So that'll come out in November, middle of November. But so he'll be having my Bournemouth away tickets. And then on the 30th we've got Liverpool at home. No protests planned or anything like that. I think it's one of them where everyone's just going to drown their sorrows, you know what I mean? But like I say, anyone at the game, please have a look for my flag our flag and put it up. I've said this on every newsletter since day one, since the years we've been doing it. I've still not heard anything from the club about replacing that flag for a bigger one. I think we're just going to have to wait till new owners come and there's some sort of new regime, or we go down and then that will open all sorts of doors. Then I'll get a massive flag because I ain't going nowhere if we go down a league. But yeah, keep your eye out. What else is new in the Metalheads? I'll be doing a few playlists for the Burnley. That was a hard one to do for the Metalheads. That's on Spotify. I haven't transferred to Apple yet. I'm on Apple. But all the playlists for the group the teams are on Spotify at the minute. Burnley, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the hardest ones to make a heavy metal playlist for. But we do, you know me, I love to do the playlist. I even did done all the American football teams, which I was meant to start publishing and put out on Facebook, but I haven't done, but I will get back into it. Talking American football, me and Mickey Peters, well known Mickey Peters on the Metalheads, we went to Tottenham Stadium. But I have to say, it is the best football stadium I've ever been to. Bar none. And I've been Nou Camp. I've been to everyone in England near enough, and nothing compares to it. It is brilliant. We went and watched the American rugby or NFL. Thanks to the Army. Army sorted the tickets out with Mickey and his son. We went to watch the Denver Broncos versus New York Jets. Not our teams. And to be honest, me and Mickey had a whale of a time. Absolutely brilliant. Beer in your seats, pizza in your seats, you know. I mean, it was actually surprisingly really good. And there's a lot of American football fans in our group. So I might run with a few more things with that in the future. But yeah, no, it was really good, really enjoyable. And I recommend it to anyone. Once you like, you know, if you like the game, go. I know it's Tottenham. Don't know what Wembley's like. I know a few other Metalheads have been to the Wembley one, but it was really, really good. What else is new? Well, some of you may have seen the video and the song Heavy Bubbles, the heavy metal version of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles on our YouTube channel. Something we put together. A couple of people commented on the lyrics. There was a couple of lyrical changes. It is the lyrics, the full lyrics to I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, but done in like 80s thrash, which people who know me know that's my scene. But I did change quite a few of the lyrics. Check it out, see if you spot it, but I'll tell you anyway. That's on the YouTube channel. I had good fun doing that. I've learned a lot from doing that going forward. There'll be other things being produced, but it went really weird down. But the lyrical change, those will know there was Firefly instead of Butterfly. Butterfly's not very metal, is it? I couldn't have that in there because that's in the original lyrics of I'm for Blowing Bubbles. I used Blackbird instead of Bluebird. Flies away. And I used Darkness instead of Happiness, which went really well, and it just made sense. It just really did. Check it out if you've not seen it. Pass it around as well. I wouldn't mind it getting a bit bigger. And that was great fun to do. And Napalm Nick and Grim Thunder will be back at some point. But yeah, so I'm looking for all sorts of things happening with the Metalheads. I'm really going to push it. You know, those who've been with me for the last few years have seen. You know, I've sort of upped my game a little bit with it, so we're going to start doing a lot more. The shirts should come this month, November this is. All the shirts should be in. I'm getting a lot of orders in now, I'll be honest. A bit late, really. You know, I put it everywhere about the shirts, and, you know, and I said I had to pre-order them and pay up front, so I can't just get them willy-nilly no more. I'll probably do another order, but there's no way they'll come before Christmas. But these ones, those all have ordered, they should all be here this month, and I'll get them out to you as soon as they come. Those who have ever bought off me will know I turn around normally within a day or two. And I make all... Let me tell you this, I don't make a load of money out of anything. I do stuff because I want it. So because I want it, I'll make it, I'll produce it, and then I'll offer it you lot, and I'll try and recoup all the big expenses I incur to do it. Some of you may have noticed I did the bit naughty, but the Iron Maiden audio. There's blokes selling these on Facebook and on Vinted and eBay. 49 quid, 45 quid for a recording of the concert at London Stadium, which was brilliant. And it's 40 odd quid. So I thought, no, I'm not having that. So I bought one, and I've got all the equipment to copy and reproduce, and I can do covers. I haven't done it in CD, I've done it in DVD format because it's easier for me in the case wise. But, you know, I did both, you know, it's 2 discs and it's the whole concert. And for a fan recording, it's bloody brilliant if you ask me. It's not perfect, but it's brilliant. I really do. Some of you may have noticed I've also got the concert, the full concert on DVD, on DVD of the London Stadium. Now it's a fan copy. It's not. It is. Well, I think it's brilliant, to be honest with you. Again, have a look on eBay. You can see it all vinted, and the blokes are charging £60 for this. So I thought, no, I can bang these out and get them out for everyone, including the postage, for like less than £15. And everyone's happy then. You know what I mean? I get recouped my money, and everyone gets a copy of it. This is really good. It's not perfect, and I don't know if the club are going to release one. The band are going to release one. I hope they do, but we're waiting for a long time. They're certainly not going to do it until the concerts are finished. But if you want to remember the concert, just have a look on the Facebook group or drop me a message on email, and I'll flog you one and we'll send it out to you. But I've watched it. Yeah, there's sometimes you think, oh bloody hell, there's a thing in the way and all this, but I really felt I felt immersed in it again, and I saw things I missed when I went for a piss and a pint during a certain song, but it was all there. And well, I can't. Sorry about that. There's a little technical issue then. And if anyone wants any of these, drop me a PM, like I say, and we've got the audio and the DVD. But like I say, I'm always looking for something. Those what have I done now? I've done bobble hats, I've done sun hats, I've done stickers, which I can't find anywhere. Kev Fitzsimmons, I know, I'll give you some, but I don't know where they are. Badges, and I'll do a lot more in the future. I haven't found beach towels yet for Bob Earl, but I will do. So that's what's happening in HQ at the moment. A little beer. I just thought I'd catch up with you on that. So we've done the fixtures, talked about that, talked about Napalm Nick and Grim Thunder. Don't know if anyone noticed the Grim Thunder and who they are, but it was good fun doing it. Tours, what we got coming up? What we got concerts wise? Well, nationally in November you've got Arch Enemy, the Blood Dynasty tour. Ex Maiden, Blaze Bailey's doing the X Factor tour. That'll be interesting. These are venues all over the country. You just have to do a bit of research. The tickets are available. This is for November. Saxon are still doing the Hellfire and Steel tour. Wednesday 13, not my cup of tea, but the Mid-Death Crisis tour's still going on. Volbeat, the Greatest of All tour. I think Mickey Peters is going to that one. He goes to everything, doesn't he? But yeah, I think that's one for him. I don't mind Volbeat. Drowning Pool has a name, isn't there? Skindred, they're still touring. Raven Age is doing the Monarchy tour. And Straight from the Past, the Final UK tour. Well, anyone who says final, you think, oh, yeah, all right. From the last letter, last newsletter I did, a lot of people were asking, well, I only did gigs for the car. I'm biased. I love the car. I go to the car. It's the home. It's where our home is. So no doubt I'm going to do the car. But I'm going to do some more venues for you. I'm only going to look for this month, November. We'll start with Leo's Red Lion, which those in south of the water, my neck of the woods, and the Kent Way. You've got Gravesend, Leo's Red Lion. On the 14th of November, you've got Tyler Palace and Dogs No More. 15th, Juliet's Not Dead. I don't know what they are, who they are, what they're going to be like, but it'd be interesting to know what they're like. 21st, Medicine Head. 22nd, Ultimate Aussie. Those who have never seen Ultimate Aussie, you need to see Ultimate Aussie. It also got one of our members in. It's got one of the West Ham Metalheads in it. Guitarist Harj Vidri. I hope I said your name right, mate. He sports the West Ham Metalheads top on many occasions, but he's at Leo's on the 22nd. He's at Carp. I'll come to that later on. But he's one of us. He's one of the West Ham Metalheads, and it's good. We should try and support our own, as it were. And on the 28th, we've got Guns to Roses, which I'm going to try and get to. I know Nev, one of the West Ham Metalheads, is twisting my ear to go, and we'll just see. We'll see. I've got so much on. It's terrible. Camden. So north, I did have a look at New Cross Inn, which is another good metal venue south of the river, but there was no one of note there in November to watch. So I looked a bit north of the river, Camden Way. I know a couple of you live over that way. On the 10th, there's Spectral World, the Underworld, a Canadian black metal band. On the 14th, Conjurer, again at the Underworld, the alternative metal. 15th, Motley Crue. Says what it is, doesn't it? You know, some Motley Crue cover band, Underworld again. On the 19th, the Electric Ballroom, you've got Gorilla Biscuits, which is a New York hardcore punk. I like a bit in New York hard. Some of you know, mates with Billy Milano, and I do like a bit in the New York hardcore punk. I know Kev's nephew will definitely be going to that. Never seen Gorilla Biscuits. I don't know what they're going to be like, but I've heard of them, so it should be a good concert. And that's at Electric Ballroom, if you like a bit of New York hardcore punk. On the 23rd, here's a name from the past, Raging Speedhorn at the Black Heart. Interesting one, those who remember them. The 28th, it's Mechanical Animal at the Underworld, like an indie new metal type sound. And on the 30th, I've been listening to these on Apple. Pupil Slicer, I think the name's cracking. Pupils. They're mathcore. The description calls them mathcore dying, death grind and power violence, which I like that bit. No idea what mathcore is. If someone could tell me, just drop me a note, put a message on here, because I've no idea what mathcore is. We count by fresh by numbers. I don't know what it is. But Pupil Slicer, what a name! Check them out. But like I said, I'll be listening to them on Apple, and they were good. And that's around Camden in November. And at the Cart, our own, the Carlton Horses, November on the 1st. I mentioned them last time. I reckon that'll be a sellout. SPS, the Czech punk. Very popular punk music in some of the Eastern Bloc countries, and there's a lot of Czechs here. We'll probably go to that on the 7th. Dirty Denims and Revenant. 8th, Desolation Angels. I was given a CD of theirs a long time ago. They were good. I play there quite often. An old school band. On the 9th, Venus Mountains and Stone Angels. 13th, we've got Tyler Palace and Dogs Down More again, who are playing at Leo's again after, I think the day after. 15th, Whitegate. I didn't have it like Dogs Down More, to be honest. Not my cup of tea, but I know some will like them. They'll put a good show on, I imagine. Good musicians. On the 15th, Whitegates and Undine, I think. I don't know, I can't remember her name. 21st, Ultimate Aussie. Which is like Howard and the Boys. They're brilliant. They're brilliant. My wife came when we went to see them at the car last time we saw them, and she's not a massive Ozzy or Sabbath fan. She absolutely loved them. What a show he puts on. The front man's looks like me, no hair, but put that wig on, he's Ozzy, and I think you've got to go and see it. It'd be brilliant. But they've got some kind of monster Metallica tribute. I've never seen them. I'd like to have gone to that. Fortunately, me and the enemy, we're in Vienna. Oh, Vienna. So we're in Vienna, so we can't go to that, unfortunately. On the 22nd, Iron Maiden. Ion Maiden, I think they pronounce it. Never seen them, but I imagine they're quite good. You want to see Iron Maiden cover band at the car at one point in your life, don't you? And on the 20th, Maiden United, which is old Dennis Stratton again. This time, it's not an anniversary tour, concert. They're doing the whole of Power Slave album, which should be interesting. So yeah, and that ends the concerts really, just for November. So I'll do this again in December for December's, middle of November for December's, and any concerts I can see, I'll put on for you. And that's about it really. We'd like to say it's middle of October at the moment, coming to the end of October. We're coming up to Halloween. I've got some good playlists coming out for Halloween. Keep your eyes out for them. Like I say, Halloween's the metal time of year, isn't it? Let's be honest. So all left to say is, come on, you irons. Oh, not again. Oh. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong here. Happy Halloween, Metlands. Come on.
Short but sweet.